in this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to use the basic Tinker Kit. So when you unbox it, it will look like this. So in this kit what you have are some resistors. You have a sheet that tells you what all the resistors do and how many ohms they are. You have an Uno R3, a connector for the Uno R3, and then a power pack or computer. You also then get a bag with buttons and LEDs in it, a bunch of wires, and you get a breadboard. So the first thing I want to teach you guys is how to make a button light up. So what you want is a light. So you can grab one, like a green one, a yellow one, or a red one. For this I'm just going to grab a red one. And how you're going to do it is you're going to place it in the breadboard. So quickly before that I'll teach you how breadboards work. So see this one right here, which one of the legs are touching? So this one, these five, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D and 1E, these are all connected. Then there's a separate connection which is a 5 right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 are connected. And there's another connection. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 are connected. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 are connected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so on all the way down. So there's like a little metal thing. And it just connects them all together. And then there's a massive gap in the middle. And that's so you can put down buttons. See how it goes over the center. And then these 5 are connected here. These 5 are separately connected. These 5, so all the way down. Now on the side you have these bus rails. So you have positive rail and then a negative rail. And all these are just connected. So this whole line is connected. And these ones are also, this whole line is connected. So if you want to use both of them at the same time, what you have to do is just grab a wire. I'm going to use red because it's easier to see. I'm going to make it nice and neat because red's positive. So you just want to plug it into one of the positive rails, and then the other side into the other positive rail. And now it will bridge both the positive rails together. Then just grab another wire. So I'm going to use brown for negative, or ground. So you plug one into the negative rail and then the other side into the other negative rail. Okay, so this is what every breadboard should look like. So you just have the top and the bottom rails connected. And then to start the lights, so just grab one. And you're going to put one side, so the positive side is the one with the longer leg. So for me it's the one at the bottom. And you're just going to put it so one leg is in one side and then the other one is in another rail. So they're both in separate rails. And for me, which one was the positive? The positive's on the right. And I'm actually just going to put a wire in the same row as the positive. Just like that. So the positive's on the right rail. So I'm going to put this one in the right rail. I'm going to leave it for now because I'm going to connect it into here in a bit later. And then the other side will go into a resistor. For lights, you can just grab any of these resistors. Any of them work for the lights. All they do is they just stop the light from overvolting because this outputs 5 volts unless you use the 3.3 volts. But on the Scratch programming language that we have, you can't output from here 3.3 volts. Unless it's on a PMW pin, but that's more advanced. And then now what you want to do is you want to place one side of the resistor into the negative rail. So this one right here is plugged into that one right there. It's on the negative rail. And the other side goes into the rail with the negative pin on it. Now we're going to connect to the Uno R3. So what we're going to do first of all is just connect the negative and the positive. So put one into the negative rail, and where you want to put this one is in either of these GND ones. So the GND ones on this side of the Arduino, and you just want to put it into either of these GNDs. I'm just going to put it here. Then you want to grab another wire, place one side into the positive rail, and the other side into where it says 5V. So this is for 5 volts of positive power. Now you want to grab the other side, so this one that you plugged into the LED, and you're going to put this other side into any of these pins. So in this tutorial, I'm just going to put it into pin 8. Then what you want to do is you want to just grab the wire that comes with it, and you want to plug this box looking USB cable into here, just like that. And this one goes into your computer. Now, using the link in the description, you should be on the Ottawa STEM Club Scratch. And what you want to do is you just want to plug the other side into your computer. So I'm just going to do it like that. There we are. And now to program it, there are two ways. So if you've downloaded the software, all you're going to type is the Scratch Arduino link, hit enter, and it should come up. And now the tutorial on how to do this is just if you click here, there should be a tutorial on how to download it. And then what you want to do once you've done that is just click over here and Arduino Uno. Then since it's plugged in, it should come up right here. You just want to hit connect and go to editor. Now if you do not have the software installed, so I'll just do this again. So see, it's closed. I'm just going to reload the tab and I'll show you what to do if you do not have it installed. Just want to click here and you just want to download the Windows. If you're using the Windows, you're just going to download this one here. If you're using Mac, you're going to use this one here. And if you're not able to download any software, all you're going to do is you're going to click here, Arduino, and then you're just going to close that. So you won't actually have it connected, and you won't have this connected either. And what you'll be able to do is you can only use the program rather than actually being able to use the interactive stuff. So for program, you could just go here, and then you could go to set this one to an input. So for me, I'm using pin 8, so pin 8 is an input. And then I would just go to forever. I'm just going to do a little blink, so repeat, forever, and then I'm just going to go wait 1 second, so make it high and then make it low. And what this is just going to do is it's going to blink it. And also this is output here. And then what you would have to do, so what you'll do is you'll use the Arduino IDE editor. So the link of this is in the description. I'm just using the desktop version because it's easier, but there also is one online. And then what you want to do is you just want to copy all this here, so Control C. Then you want to go to the Arduino editor, so the IDE, and you just want to Control V, select which one you're going to be using, and hit upload. So you don't need any software for doing this. I'm just using the desktop version because it's easier. There's also one that's exactly like this on the online. And as you can see, it's just going on and off, on, off. So now I'm going to show you how to do interactive. So what you want to do is you want to get the Scratch Arduino link on. You need to clean up your workspace, select the Arduino, hit connect, go to editor. And now what we're going to do is I want to just make a character. So I'm going to go paint. I'm going to just draw a stick figure. And when you move the stick figure, I'm also going to add a red button. So here I'm just going to... It's exactly like Scratch, everything's the same, except there's a couple more things where you can program the Uno R3. And I'm going to name this one player. Red button, I'm going to make this red because my LED is red. And then what it's gonna do is when this is clicked forever, and I'm actually going to control it using these because I haven't actually got a button here. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And when key, let's just use, right arrow. Then we're just going to move 10 steps, and if it's touching red button, so sensing touching red button, then we're going to go and pins and output pin 8 high. And just before all this, we're going to set pin 8 as a output because we are outputting a signal to it. It's not giving us a signal, we're giving it a signal, so it's an output. And then there should be a pop-up that appears and it says to install this firmware, and what's going to actually happen is it's not going to download anything to your computer, it's just going to put code onto your Arduino. So here it is. If you accidentally clicked no, what you can actually do is you can go to the sprite that has no code on it, or you can just go to make another sprite. And what you're just going to do is going to go here and you're going to select Arduino Uno, connect, and then just delete whatever sprite you weren't using. And then this pop-up will pop up again and you just hit download. And all it will do is just put stuff onto here. As you can see, it's working. It's blinking really fast. That is because it's loading up the software, and then it says upload success. And now when you hit this flag, this is off. I can move it on the screen. I'll just give you a good view. Watch the LED there. As soon as I touch this, boom, it's on. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can just play around with all these things. You can make it left, right, up, down. And now I'll show you how to add a button. So to add a button cap, what you'll need is a button cap, a resistor, a button, and 2 wires. And what I'm just going to do is just unplug it so I can move it over to here. And I'll just place it. And what you want to do to place it is you want 2 wires here. See how here there's no wires facing me? And here there are wires facing me? I want it like this. And I want it to bridge the gap. And both wires need to be in a hole, lined up. And then you just want to push it down. And it will clip in. Make sure that they're both in the hole. Good. Then you want to just place the button cap. This will make it easier to press. Just get it to focus here. Just going to place the button cap, if we can. Where's the orientation? So just place it on like this. Makes it sound cool and makes it easier to press. Then what you're going to do is just grab the resistor and place it into one of the rows. So here I'm just going to use the left row, so this left pin. I'm going to place it in the same row, 1 pin of the resistor, and the other side will go into negative. So just like that, one side is in negative and one side is in the same row as the pin on the button. Now just 2 wires, so one will go in the same row as the left pin and the resistor, so the same row as the resistor, and the other one will be on its own with the other pin of the button, just like that. So the one that's on its own, you're going to place that into the positive rail, and the other one, so the one with the in the same row as the resistor, you're going to place this into any row. For me, I'm just going to use pin 7. So now it's in pin 7, and all I'm going to do is just connect it back, click the empty sprite, and just reconnect it, because otherwise it will ask you to delete everything, and you don't want to do that. And now, rather than having right arrow, so rather than using the key on my keyboard, I can actually just swap that for pins, and I'm going to use read digital pin, and I'm going to use 7 because it's on pin 7. And we also have to set it as an input because it is an input, a button's an input. And now when I hit play, let's just get a good view here. You can hear that, and it's moving, and I've touched it and the light is on. So yeah, now you can just do this as many times as you want. You can have 4 buttons, 1 LED, 1 button, 4 LEDs. You can make it so you can move around here, move around there, and you can just do whatever you want. And thank you for watching, and I'll make sure to upload another video soon.